afternoon. Welcome to the Open Gate Show for July 29, 2023. You listen, you hear, you should win. Subscribe to the Open Gate Show. The great Muhammad Ali, in my opinion, didn't have a knockout punch or wasn't a boxer like George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, et al. But he was smart. He knows how to beat his opponents. When he's facing them, he adapts a certain way, and that's what made him great. Our leaders should know how to deal with what they're going to face before they plan an attack. The footballers, the reggae boys in the last match didn't do that. And I'm hoping the reggae girls will do the opposite. What is really happening in our horse racing at Caymanas Park? It brings to mind a video that I saw where two soldiers were walking in the desert, and there was the landmass was plagued with mines hidden under the dirt. One of the two soldiers stepped on a mine and he signaled to his other partner, who came, knelt down, moved away the dirt from the mine and exposing the mine, and put his rifle on the mine, hoping that both of them could formulate a plan and how to escape. Well, it so happens, when the soldier put his gun on the landmine, the other soldier walked away and they sped away and ran away and left him alone. Present times need present plans. I mean, this is a different world. We can't approach things as was a couple of years back. We need to do our best to make plans before we leave our homes and everything that the day brings. My main issue with Supreme Ventures Racing Entertainment Limited, the Thoroughbred Owners Breeders Association, and the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission at present is there ain't no public relations. There ain't no communications to trainers and others. Hence, you're going to have rhetorics and talks based off hearsay and all sort of things, and that's where the whole confusion comes. For example, there's an increase in purse, and it is not allotted right across the board. The top segment of the class structure gets most of it, and it trickles down to the lowest, where you have the 180 claiming races. I'm not saying I have a problem with it, but it just came without any explanation or any notice. I've taken aback from a lot of things concerning horse racing, because it's not easy to lead or be amongst people with so many different opinions, so many different styles. And if you don't support a certain style, you're branded as this and you're branded as that. Horse racing is my passion. I've tried my best to do what I can to help horse racing. I don't need any fanfare or anything. What I'm doing is for me. But, it's getting very difficult. Very difficult to be comfortable. So, one has to row his own boat. There's a lot of guessing going on in a lot of aspects that relates to trainers, put it that way, yes. The impasse seemingly has benefited the grooms and the owners. Okay, that's great. But the trainers get zero. Who to blame? I don't know. The Open Gate Show won't be pointing fingers. Anyway, so much for that. Tomorrow's card, 10-race card, starts approximately 11:45 a.m. First race goes 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters. 10 were declared. Number 1, Monaco. One last out on a tag below this one of 550. This inside post makes it difficult for him to win. But he's shown 2 good efforts in last. And the chances are he should be able to factor somewhere in the exotics. Number 3, Always Vigorous, could get a place in the top 5. Number 4, Bull Sammy, been showing form since April 22nd. Number 5, Rod the Indian, 57 kilos, makes it more difficult for he to win. Trader Donovan Phillips knows his stuff, and this Indian is fit enough to get in the top 3 segment of the outcome. Number 6, Special Counsel, ran 3 consecutive 5 straight races in her last 3 starts. The recent race that was on the 24th of June, the most recent time this horse ran going 6.5 furlongs was the 1st of August. Really ran very good, finishing second, 3.5 lengths behind Baton Rouge in a fast time of 1:20 and 2/5. Display like that surely will take him into the winners enclosure. Number 8, with Kid, raced above his class since breaking his maiden. That was the 18th of February. Looks okay of recent and looks focused to me and should be able to fight this out. I'm sure a lot of people are worried about the 550,000 statement tag for sale that this horse has. But I am very optimistic that this horse will be running a very good race. One of these, number 8, with Kid. Number 5, Rod the Indian. Number 6, that's Special Counsel. That's the top 3. Then number 4, Bull Sammy. Number 1, Monaco. Second race goes 7.5 furlongs or 1,500 meters. 8 declared. 3 years and up optional claiming, 200 to 250,000, and 6 years and up who has only won 2 races, as well as nearly about 5 and up who has only won once. Number 3, Mule Train, will be getting lots of support. I wonder why. Number 4, Ali, one huge last out. That was on the 17th of June, going 5.5 furlongs, won by 11.25 lengths, pulling away to be Golden Emblem and time to say goodbye. Not much. Facing tougher, but could be a new horse. So definitely Ali has to be considered. Number 5, My Mom Just, seen in okay condition whenever I see this horse going to and from the pool. Number 6, Sunshine Cat, another hare who was victorious when last race, seeking a hat-trick of wins and could achieve same. Number 6, Sunshine Cat. Number 4, Ali. Number 5, My Mom Just. Well, to find the 4th selection, well, maybe Miss SJF. It ain't easy to fly with a broken wing, especially as a racehorse trainer. This is race 3, 800 meters straight. It's a maiden condition race for native-bred trios. Section 1, 9 declared. Number 3, Answer My Prayers. Recently changed stable from Gary Sabardi to Christopher Pear. Been around for a while, racing, but haven't shown any pattern of running style to gain my support. But now against these could really come to the fore. And with 4 true identity, could have been waiting to show up for new trainer Alfred Davidson. Alfred Davidson is a good horseman. I've seen this horse twice in the last 10 days. and she looked good. Number 5, Roaring Thunder, most experienced horse here, and alike number 3, Answer My Prayers, has no running style. Gets the leading rider, Rain Lewis, so expectations for an improved display is in the offering. Number 6, Dream Warrior, a debutant born the 30th of March, a big colt by Soul Warrior, out of Dream Come True by Deputy Glitters, Baron Davis own and train. Donovan McKenzie, the breeder, Errol Moody the groom, Richard Ingram, seldom used apprentice, will be riding. Dream Warrior needs more time for his dream to come true. Number 7, Smart Asset, another debutant. This horse is bred Bull Conquest out of Sarasili by Cody Warding. Born the 27th of April, a big colt, owned by Delcar Stables, Trenton Trains, Delroy Wallace, the owner, the breeder rather, Warren Maxwell, the groom, Matthew Bennett, the straight specialist rider, he'll be riding. But Smart Asset will need a race or two. Number 8, Sensational, going overweight, Forged by Moore. Number 9, Golden Loyalty, from the high-powered stables of Paul Swaby and Greg Mills. Swaby's horses are looking good, and this one could come with an improved run. Number 3, Answer My Prayers. Number 5, Roaring Thunder. Number 9, Golden Loyalty, the top 3 horses, and one of those should win. Then number 4, True Identity, and number 8, Simple Sensational. For the minors. 4th race, the maiden condition race for Newly Bred Trio, Section 2, 9 declared, 800 meters straight. Number 1, Zawn's Princess, working okay. Number 2, Bella Soul. Soul run out the straight was very good. That was on the 22nd of April. Chased City York and finished second, finishing 4 lengths behind that one in a time of 59 and 4/5. That race was won. At the time of that final for the race for the winner. Number 3, Security Code, a debutant, born the 2nd of April, a big colt by Wannabe Player, out of Jalove by Flower Alley. Ingrid Smith, the owner, Errol Burke, the trainer, Mark and Susan Waits, the breeder, George Coate, the groom, Rudolph Page, he will ride. Well-bred colt who looks to have use, but will need a few races. Number 4, Here Comes Doc, looking a bit improved and gets first-time LASIK for this race. Raced twice already, 17th of June and 9th of July, and maybe is ready to really bring the Doc to 4 now. Number 5, Coalition, well-bred colt who was born here in utero. Not sure he has speed, but on breeding alone should be comfortable with these after those 2 schooling outings. Not sure I like this horse though. If it's the horse that I see, and I'm told it's named Coalition. Number 7, Phenomenal One. Has had many chances, but only flattered to deceive backers. But no outstanding opponents here could at last come good. Number 8, Mr. Wonderful. Well, for one, trainer Patrick Lynch is wonderful. Number 7, Phenomenal One. Number 2, Better Soul. Number 4, Here Comes Doc. Number 1, Zawn's Princess. Number 5, Coalition. Race 5, another straight race, but this is a 1,000-meter straight or 5 from straight 9 declared. Strictly allowed 4. It's for well, that's the race condition. It's for native-bred 5 and up who has and 6 years. No, sorry, it's for native-bred 5 and up. Imported 6 years and up was only won twice, as well as imported 5 and up was only won once. Boy, are you confused? So do I. Anyway, number 1, Prosecco, displayed a good form cycle since February. Number 2, Tequila Blue has two pluses. 1, speed, and number 2, best display came recently in the only time she started this season. So it shows that she's a sorted out animal, and I'm expecting a very good run from her. Number 4, Queen Zan should find a place in the top 4. or well, I think the top 4 surely. Number 8, Maya, possibility that this horse can earn a low exotic spot. Number 2, Tequila from number 1, Tequila Blue rather, from number 1, Prosecco. Number 4, Quinzan. Number 8, Maya. We're at race 6. And this race is a restricted on 5. It's for Native fours and up, where only one once, and imported fours and up, who remains a maiden. 11 declared, 1100 meters or 5.5 furlongs. They go. Number 4, Airstream, looking in good stead in the mornings and seems geared for a good run tomorrow. Number 5, Squeak, ventures on the curve for the first time. If he's okay on that route, should have a say in the top 4. Number 7, Adenosine, possesses speed and has been looking sharp in the mornings. Gets the champion rider, Dane Dawkins. Number 9, Give Me a Light, could close for an exotic spot. Number 11, The Gifted One, been competing with some useful opponents in the past and should bear some consideration. Who doesn't want to win? Well, for me, regarding my horse, even though, well, he has never ventured on the curve, never, and I'm hoping for the best. Selecting number 5, Squeak. Number 4, Airstream. Number 7, is that it? Adenosine. Number 9, Give Me a Light. Give Me the Light, rather. And number 11, The Gifted One. Race 7, named in honor of one of the greatest horse ever to race at Caymanas Park. He was versatile. He has won sprinting and going long. His full potential was not extended because at the time of Viceroy and others, and the maestro Philip Fiani restricted the US just to sprint and gave way to his other top horses to go in the longer journey. Eros, great horse, and he will always be remembered. He has held several records, and it's definitely, arguably, one of the best, well, maybe the top 5 ever to race here. 1400 meters or 7 furlongs, which he holds the track record for. This is what the race will be at. It's the greatest stakes, open allowance race, 4 choosing up, 5 declared. Number 1, Runaway Algo, versatile US importer who performed well at varied distances, very light, and will be put to the lead as the gate opens, and hope big pace horse. Number 4, Mahogany, ain't in his game. Number 2, King Arthur, his last 2 starts says much in that he is back to himself. Very dangerous contender at this handicap. Another Jason Acosta horse, number 3, I'm Fred, underrated US importer who is seeking his 5th consecutive win and is nicely handicapped to achieve same. He keeps getting the weight in his favor, unlike most of the top horses that Kenneth Mattis trained in the past. But hey, it's the race condition that allowed this to happen. I'm not really blaming anyone or saying that anyone got any favor. Number 4, Mahogany, got 57 kilos again, although being beaten by Iron Fred twice. A horse that, when he brings his A game, he's unbeatable. I'm not sure I like how his condition is at present. But anyway, one never knows. I am just a man and not Moses. Number 3, I'm Fred. Number 2, King Arthur. Number 1, Runaway Algo. Number 4, Mahogany. Race 8 goes 7.5 furlongs or 1500 meters. Overnight allowance race for choosing up. Section 1, 9 declared. Number 1, Marquesas. Look at his old self since last race and should run and get a top 4 or 5 placing. Number 2, Green Gold Rush, one of, if not the fittest horse at Caymanas Park, and is a credit to trainer Dalton Joe. This is the horse I'm expecting to fight out for the win. Number 3, Take a Punt, could be in for a minor spot in your exotics, as he is light and fit. Number 4, outbidder, stablemate of Take a Punt. Number 7, Brings. Last 5 races were below expectations, especially his recent 12th place finish on the 9th of, of July, when 6.5 furlongs was installed a 1-2 favorite and ran awfully. Green Gold Rush won that race. However, it's capable, and the Open Gate Show is hoping he gets back to show his true ability, of which that will make him the winner here. Number 8, the Odd Cornerstone, has shown he is back to himself, looking very sharp in the mornings, and I'm expecting a big run comes tomorrow. Top 3, logically, for this race. Number 2, Green Gold Rush. Number 8, the Odd Cornerstone. Number 7, Brinks, not necessarily in that order. Number 1, Marquesas. Number 3, Take a Punt. And number 4, Outbidder. The penultimate race, race 9, 7.5 furlongs again, or 1,500 meters, 10 declared, overnight allowance, 3,000 up, section 2. Number 1, Billy Waves, hasn't done much since that big run against stablemate Fred on June the 4th, 2022, when he finished a length and a quarter behind that one and had Calculus 3/4 lengths behind. Looking okay, but not to my attraction. But just come to mind, it's Jason Acosta, and he knows how to turn them out. Number 4, Crimson, off color, but can emerge. Maybe tomorrow, not sure. Dane Dawkins gets the call, so maybe. Number 5, Freedom Street, has a decent chance to get in the top 4. Number 9, Royal and Regal, could get in the lower end of the board by running on. Comes to number 10, Positive ID. This horse should be comfy with these, but has he gone sour? Trainer Mike Marler knows him well, so he should be able to focus, to get this one focused. One of these, not necessarily in the order that I mentioned. Number 1, Billy Waves. Number 10, Positive ID. Number 9, Royal and Regal. Number 5, Freedom Street. Number 4, Crimson. Final race, race 10. 5 furlongs straight over 1,000 meters straight. So restricted allowance 4. Eligible are native bred folding up was only won twice, and imported folding up was only won once. 13 declared. More marketplace, first of 3 entered in this race for trainer Robert Pearson. If she can correct her gate issues, she could get a low exotic spot. The other Pearson horse, number 2, Alexis Secret, is coming off a break, working well. She bettered stablemate marketplace easily on the 22nd, last Saturday morning. 5 furlongs out the gates, 101 and 2/5. No more deals, been working and looking okay, but not bringing fame to his races. Could come good this time. Number 4, Shrewsbury Norm, could get a low exotic spot. Number 6, Gilbert, will not have it any easier to fight for a win. Number 7, Power of Fate, looking up since the last race that he ran on the 10th of June, but has to come good if he intends to get into the top 3. Number 8, Prince Sanjay, meeting number 12, Avid Javelin, on better terms. The last race this horse ran was awful. Well, he broke slow, and that was that. Maybe he could rebound and get on the board. Number 11, Noble Impulse, has back class, but legs issues as well. Number 12, Ava Javelin, working okay and well drawn, and is expected to get into the top 3 at least. Number 13, posting already, is playing a very good form cycle since December 3rd last year, and I'm expecting that to continue. Number 6, Gilbert. Number 13, Personal Ready. Number 12, Avid Javelin. Number 7, Power of Faith. Number 3, That's No More Deals. Take care, good luck, and I am reminding all, get the facts before you make a comment. Don't jump on rhetorics, because it is flying up plenty at Caymanas Park.